We're going back at it again. First and foremost, thank you for the love I've been getting on YouTube so far. Lately, actually. The subs going up. My watch time hours going up. And as I'm doing this video, I think this is my 100th video. Hopefully, with the subs and the watch hours going up, I should be monetized real soon. So, if you're new to the channel, thank you. I appreciate you. Check out the whole video. And if you return the respect and love, I can't do without you. In addition, this being my 100th video, it has to be something in there for somebody you know. So please share the content. Share it. You know, the goal is 1,000 subscribers, and I get monetized before 2023. But anyway, like the thumbnail says, sometimes silence is golden. What do I mean, though? I mean, sometimes you have to keep your goals to yourself. Sometimes you have to keep your aspirations to yourself. Sometimes you have to keep that relationship with that person to yourself. People don't need to know your business because we live in a world where people really don't want to see you happy and succeeding. Unfortunately, that's just what it is. I've experienced that plenty of times. So, I'm going to get into 4 quick stories. Maybe you could relate. Story number 1. I was born in 1980. In the early 1980s, I'm from Harlem. They were trying to sell brownstones to the black community. Now, if you know anything about New York in the early 1980s, it was a big crack epidemic, pandemic, excuse me. and people did not want to invest in Harlem, but they had it where you could buy a brownstone in Harlem for probably $3,000 or $4,000, which translates to $15,000, $20,000 in today's dollars. My mother had the opportunity to buy a brownstone, but my mother went to friends and family, and a lot of people were saying, "Oh, Cynthia, why are you going to buy a brownstone? You have a young son. You're a single black mother. Don't do it. Don't do it." My mother, not knowing at the time, listening to these people, didn't buy the brownstone. Needless to say, if you know anything about the real estate market right now, those same brownstones are going anywhere from $1.5 to $3 million. A shell, nothing in it, go for at least 1.5 mil. Now, of course, my mother didn't know, but she didn't know. But she listened to other people. Had she just stuck to her guns and listened to her inner voice, man, listen, we would have been set. But it is what it is. Story number 2. One of my sisters, and this is just recent, she wanted to start a vending business, and she talked to some friends and family, and they were like, "Hey, you shouldn't do a vending business. What do you know about business?" And my sister was kind of down and upset about it. And I said to her, not only me, but certain people who she talked to about this, don't listen to the naysayers. It was other family members saying, "Don't do it. You don't have the experience. You have 3 kids, da 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 da." And I'm so glad she didn't listen to that negativity. And fast forward, now she has a vending business. She has an LLC. She has a card. And I wish her continued success. But because she was being nice, she wanted to share the information with people, you know, share her thoughts, her aspirations, her dreams. They were like, "Oh, don't do it." You know, sometimes you have to keep things to yourself because people will impart their fears, their disbeliefs, their failures on you. But I'm glad she didn't listen. Now my sister has a vending business, and she's going to be successful. Sis, I know you watch my videos. You're going to be successful. Don't worry about it. You know, you're going to be successful. Story number 3. About 6 years ago, I started seeing a young lady we went to college together. And she was 2 years older than me. So when I was a freshman, she was a junior and senior. When we was in college, we reconnected off of Facebook, and we were seeing each other for about 4 or 5 months. And usually I'm a private person, and let me just first say, when I post anything on Facebook or Instagram or whatever, I don't do it for likes, I don't do it for comments, I don't do it for what? Popularity. I do it because that's how it's feeling at the time, or it's informational purposes, or it's just me just trying to be funny. But that's the main reason I post anything. Not thinking anybody jealous, not to tell my business. That's just not what I'm about. So when me and this young lady, we went to an event downtown Manhattan, Sangria. I think I said it's what it is, Sangria, whatever it was. It's a festival for food and everything. I posted on Facebook. Upperclassman guy who was in the same class with her. I didn't even tell her this. You know, I didn't even tell her. But anyway, he hits me up on Facebook like, oh, you talking to so-and-so. You know, she has a daughter. And, you know, when we were in college, saying all this stuff negative about her. Thank goodness I didn't listen to his hating ass. Because at that time, when we were rocking, we had a real good time with each other. But I didn't let his hateration stop me from seeing her. People don't want to see you happy. People just sometimes don't want to see you happy. And I only posted the pictures because we had a real good time. We had some food. We were chilling. We were acting a fool. Right? So, you just have to be careful, you know. People will post and people will hate and give you their opinion or their thoughts, man. Listen, don't listen to that. As long as you happy, as long as you're doing your thing, live your life. Story number 4. Listen to this, right? A buddy of mine, may you rest in peace. When I was in college, I told him, hey, I want to get a motorcycle license. And he said to me, well, why would you get a motorcycle license and your motor skills, from what I could tell, aren't that good? Because him and I used to go mountain bike riding. And I said, well, why you say that? He says, well, your mountain biking skills aren't that good. But I said, riding a motorcycle has nothing to do with motorcycling. Yes, it's 2 wheels, but it's 2 different sports or 2 different things you're doing. Long story short, can I be honest with you? For a while, I kind of hindered myself from trying to get my motorcycle license. True story. When I was in my mid-30s, I finally said, I'm going to get my motorcycle license. I went to go take the test. I paid $275, what it was, for a 2-day class, 3-day class. After you ride the motorcycle, do all these exercises and take this written test, you're supposed to get your license. The part where you're supposed to ride the motorcycle and learn how to put it in neutral and shift gears and turn left, right, I failed. True story. I failed. And I remember his voice in the back of my brain saying, yeah, you see, you don't have good motor skills. I'm not going to lie. I was kind of disappointed. But you know what? I stayed with it. I retook the test, had to come out another $250 to take the test. I finally passed. I say all that to say, sometimes your silence is golden. Sometimes you have to keep things to yourself, not let people know what you're doing, because a lot of times when people tell you you can't, you shouldn't, you won't, I don't know anybody that's done it like that, they are imparting their fears, their disbeliefs, their scaredness, their whatever on you. What they did or didn't do has nothing to do with you. Sometimes just keep things to yourself, live your life, go for your goals, go for your aspirations, go for whatever it is you're trying to accomplish in life, all right? So with that being said, leave a comment below. Till the next video, peace and love, and I'm out.